Well, Aston Villa versus Manchester United. It's one of those big games that is gonna really highlight the weekend. I think the next game that comes to it, all next to it, is that game of what's the side? Tottenham Hotspur versus Brighton. It's a game that most people are going to be looking out throughout this weekend. But the biggest of all, it's Aston Villa hosting the club of Man United at the Villa Park, a stadium that capacitates 42,600 and 40,000 people down in England. So smash the like button, comment and share. For all you watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name and hope everything is really going on well wherever you people are. And I here coming through to obviously bring in this match preview, as you know very well that it has been a Friday, Juma Karim to the Muslims and the Christians. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And remember that we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And that's why we call upon you guys to come in through and really smash that like button and smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. That is the United Matters channel. Now, last weekend, Aston Villa went ahead to beat Sheffield by 5-0, but they had gone ahead to obviously lose a game of football. And did they lose or they drew? I think they drew. And last weekend they went ahead to obviously beat 5. In the midweek they went ahead to play against Chelsea, and Chelsea beat them by 3-1 at the same stadium that Manchester United is going to be playing against them in there for you. Later in this match preview, I'm going to let you know how that is a boost for the club of Manchester United. But Manchester United, ever since this year started, we haven't obviously lost a game. This calendar year of 2024, we started it off with beating Wigan 2-0. Then we had to draw with Spurs 2-2. Then we went to Newport County and we beat them by 4-2. We went away. We went away at Wolverhampton Wanderers. 4-3 was the result, and the win went to Man United. Then later we found ourselves doing the best with the side called Everton, and we beat them by 3-0 on Sunday. Now Aston Villa comes into this game of football where they've just gone ahead to lose one of their Premier League games at their stadium, and it looks like out of the last 7, they've gone ahead to lose only one. So it shows you that they're really having a very good go at their stadium. And it's really very important to note that they're a side that is really very harsh at home. But they're really having some injuries. But before I talk about their injuries, let me talk about the players of Manchester United that are really out. Lisandro Martinez is out. Tyrell Malacia is out. I've talked about Lisandro Martinez. I've talked about Tyrell Malacia. Mason Mount, 50-50, though he's back and he's nearing into the team. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is one of those players that we expect to come in through and really play part into this game of football. But Amrabat is back, Harry Maguire is back, and very many other players are really available to see to it that they obviously tussle it out. Then when you go to Aston Villa, they're really having a couple of players out. And who is out for Aston Villa? Nicolo Zaniolo. There is Eric Konsa. He's out. Tyrone Mings is out. Emiliano Buendieda is out. And also John Duran is also out. But Morgan Rogers, they signed him from Middlesbrough in the January transfer window. He's going to be back into that squad because he was not eligible to play against Chelsea because he played in the FA Cup when they're really going tie to tie with the team that really knocked them out. Then Lucas Digne and Jacob Ramsey might come in through to start, and very many others. So those are the players that we really expect not to really play part. But even Anton Martial at Man United is one of those that we expect not to be playing part into this encounter between Manchester United and Aston Villa. This game is really very important for the club of Manchester United. Why? The point difference, the point gap is 8 between Man United and Aston Villa. Aston Villa seated 4th on the Premier League table with 46 points, and Man United is seated 6th with 38 points, meaning that if United beat Aston Villa, hear me out, if Man United beat Aston Villa, then it will call out for a difference of 5 points. And we look at the fixture of Aston Villa in the coming when you look at their fixture in the coming games, it shows you that they might continue to lose. Because after playing against Manchester United, oh sorry, I want Aston Villa. After hosting Man United, Aston Villa are going to be playing Fulham away. Then they'll host Nottingham Forest. Then they'll play Luton Town, and they have to play Tottenham Hotspur. Then Aston Villa, then Wolverhampton Wanderers. When you look at that lineup of games, their next 6 fixtures, they are really hard. They're really very hard. And remember, they have to play into Europe. That is the UEFA Europa League. They have to play there, and them playing that side puts them in a situation of having lots of games, and I don't think that this squad can obviously stretch to that level. Compared to Manchester United, after Aston Villa, we play Luton Town away from home, we host Fulham, we play in the FA Cup, then we host Man City, so we play out Manchester City. I think the game of Liverpool has been moved because they're going to be playing in the finals of the Carabao Cup. I think that comes in in a very good time. And then there is Everton at Old Trafford. There is Sheffield at Old Trafford, Brentford away, and I think Chelsea comes in through. So I think our fixtures are really going to be good because we are going to be playing 1 game per week, and Aston Villa is having other games to play, especially in the UEFA Europa League. So meaning that if we close that gap to 5, would have gone ahead to create a very huge chance for us to come into play and really lead everything in that aspect. You know, they might draw a game and we close in, and I don't think that we are going to lose very soon. That's what people don't know. So that is it all about Aston Villa. And for Man United, we beat West Ham by 3-0. Rasmus Hojlund opening up his score, scoring his 4th consecutive goal in the Premier League season. Then Garnacho came in through and really scored a brace. So with that front 3 picking up momentum, and Bruno Fernandes putting in an assist in his previous 2 games for the club of Manchester United, that puts us in a very good position to really go out there and really fight with Aston Villa. When we go to the predicted starting 11 for the club of Man United, I think most people are really waiting for it, and here we come to present to you the starting 11. The probable, that is it, the probable starting 11 for the club of Man United as we take on the side of Aston Villa. When you look at Manchester United, plays a system of 4-2-3-1. We all know that. That's the system that we play, 4-2-3-1, and the back 4 is really very shaky a little bit because Lisandro Martinez is out. But we all understand that the manager of Man United is going to obviously start Andre Onana in goal. He kept another clean sheet. That is the 7th of the Premier League season, something that is really great for him. And I really anticipate that we are going to look better and better and better as he gets used to that back 4. And the central defensive partnership is going to hit to change 13 times. And for the 14th time, it's going to change because Lisandro Martinez is out. And we've not had, by the way, in consecutive games, the same set of starting center backs, right? So, right now, I think it happened when you're playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Lisandro Martinez came in and really started. But again, remember, we had played in the FA Cup with the same centre-back partnership. But in the Premier League, you saw to it that the manager got Varane out and brought in Lisandro Martinez to play with Harry Maguire. So this time around, we expect huge changes in there for you. But for me, this guy is really doing great, and he's giving us confidence in there for you. Keeping a clean sheet helps him grow a lot to the game of Man United. We go to the right back. I think it's going to be Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot is going to play as the right back for the club of Manchester United in that encounter. He's really great. He's really great, and the way he surges forward is really very important. And you saw that corner kick that they played him in and obviously had a shot at goal. And we are told that he obviously stays at Carrington to practice his shooting. And I think very soon he's going to register a goal from that angle because you've seen the likes of Trent scoring very many goals from such angles. And it's going to be the same thing with Dalot, because Dalot is a more talented guy than Trent Alexander-Arnold. All he needed was a manager to understand him and really do his works better and better and better. But when push comes to shove, you really see to it that this guy is really talented. Left back, Luke Shaw is really available to play as the left back for the side of Manchester United. And remember, Aston Villa is really having Moussa Diaby and Leon Bailey playing that side. And I think with that experience of Luke Shaw, you really understand that he'll be needed to do the needful onto that side. As you saw him close down Mohamed Kudus and Pedro Neto in our 2 previously concluded Premier League games that I've gone ahead to see us raise maximum points from them. I see him doing the same into this fixture again. Then central defender, right-sided centre back. I go in for Rafael Varane. I call him back, and I really understand why the manager went ahead to bench him, because we all know what he is all about. He's a very good player, world class, Rolls Royce, but we all know the problem of him. He is injury prone, and he came in front, I think, played the last 20 minutes of the game. So, meaning that he's fit, and the manager is playing him reservingly because he knows what this guy brings onto the side of Man United when he's really fully fit. And he's saving him for the best for the club of Man United, and I really give my manager, Erik ten Hag, a tick onto that. Though I came out and criticized him that you rather use him, but we won. And by the time he came on through, I think the game was 2-0. So, he comes in through to start again alongside who? I don't think it's going to be Evans or Lindelof or Kambwala, but I think it's going to be none other than Harry Maguire. The manager's going to hate to love Harry Maguire a lot, and he's going to come in through and really play, because he played 90 minutes when you're playing against West Ham, meaning that the manager was preparing him to play this kind of game. But my worry for that central defense partnership is that Varane is fast, but Harry Maguire is slow. I think I would do Lindelof and Lindelof and Rafael Varane. That is it, because I believe Oli Watkins is a very good striker, and he needs Varane and Lindelof to obviously mark him out of this beautiful game of football. But all in all, we're here to wait and see what the rest is gonna be there. But that back 4, I think, can really give us results. My only worry is Harry Maguire. That is it. I've always had a worry onto that guy in there for you. Then we go to the midfield. The double pivot, I think it should be unchanged. It should be unchanged. Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo, to me, I think should be the double pivot that should come in through and really play part into this beautiful game of football. And for the very first time, you're going to play Aston Villa when you're having a double pivot that is really good on the ball, good with their intensity, good with the tackles and the physicality. They really have Boba Kamara in that midfield and Douglas Luiz. Those two can really boast that midfield in all attributes I've gone here to talk about now. They're going to be facing Casemiro and the new talent that has gonna hate obviously shock everyone, that is Kobe Mainoo, into the mix. And I just want to watch this game. I wish it was going to be played tonight. I just love it, and I just want to see what is gonna be at stake for the club of Manchester United. And I tell you, with Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro, we are gonna really dominate that midfield. We are really gonna dominate it and win the midfield battle. Because I know they're really having what's the name of the guy? Douglas Luiz and Boba Kamara, and then Jacob Ramsey or Yuri Tillman is going to be playing ahead of them. I think we can really stop them, win the second balls, and win all the physical battles. You remember the interception that Casemiro went ahead to make that resulted into the Rasmus Hojlund first goal against West Ham? I think we should be winning those second balls, tackles, interceptions, and all the checkmates should be on point. So that is the double pivot of Man United, and I think it's going to really give us results as expected. So after that double pivot, we are having a man who was going to hit register 2 assists in his recent games for the club of Manchester United. That is Bruno Fernandes playing ahead of this double pivot. And you've got to hate to see to it that every time he plays into that double pivot, every time he plays ahead of this double pivot, he really thrives better. But my question with Bruno Fernandes is really going to be one. It's going to be one. How do you create? Why doesn't he really create more chances and passes for our number 9? That is the man himself. That is Rasmus Hojlund. Would love to see more Would like to see more chances created by Bruno Fernandes linking up with the number 9. You know, every time I was playing with Anton Martial, they had a very good communication. They could complement each other very well. That's what I call in for this guy known as Bruno Fernandes to obviously coming through and really do that. On the right attacking side of the midfield, it's going to be Alejandro Garnacho. Don't change a winning team. That is it. The more these 4 players play together, the more they are going to get more experience. And for Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo, we've gone ahead to see to it that ever since they started playing together in the game of Newport, the rest is history. The rest is history. They played against Newport, they played against Wolverhampton Wanderers, they played against West Ham, and they've gone ahead to register 3 consecutive wins. And I really believe that their double pivot is obviously making a lot of sense, and they complement each other very well. Their communication is going to be better, and with the respect Kobe Mainoo gives Casemiro, he'll obviously have to dance to the tunes of Casemiro. So no Anthony in the starting 11. Garnacho should start there, and I don't see anything short than an injury that could see this guy put out of action. I think the only way Garnacho will really miss out into the starting 11 of Man United is because when he gets an injury. But he's not injured. He has taken his tally to 7 this season. 7 goals. That is Alejandro Garnacho. 13 to go. When you look at Bruno, Rashford, and Garnacho, they can all get us 20 goals in the remaining games because they are good at what they do. And if at all that chemistry continues to make up, then we are going to see them thriving. A brace against West Ham puts Garnacho into that side, and I want to see him really put in very many assists, like the one that the goalkeeper of West Ham, Fabianski, swept off the goal line when Rasmus Hojlund had been felled in by Alejandro Garnacho. Marcus Rashford missed out on a goal, I think like 2-3 chances in the game of West Ham, but I think on Sunday he should be in a better form. I anticipate that he's gonna score. And I need to see him go onto that run. 5 goals in the Premier League season. I would love to see him create more and more. And that is Marcus Rashford for you. I would love to see it that he really scores more and more goals. So that is the attack. That is the trio or attacking trio for Man United. And guess who is leading the line? Obviously, Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund is going to lead the line for the club of Man United. And when I look at that lineup, I think it can really get us a win. But there are some players of Aston Villa that we should keep a keen eye on. For example, Ollie Watkins, very deadly, very deadly, fast centre forward, and all what we should do is this midfield should curb off the central midfield of Aston Villa. Let us not see them create very many chances. You know, Moussa Diaby and Leon Bailey are those deadly players that you need to look at and see how you stop them. The last time we played there, they beat us by 3-1. But when they come out to Old Trafford, we beat them, but we really didn't win there last season. Can we get a double against Aston Villa this season? Because I think it has been really long since we last went ahead to get a double from Aston Villa. So all you have to do is let's keep it going. Let's keep it going and let's give it a vibe that most of you are really willing to obviously support. So Rasmus Hojlund facing Diego Carlos in that central defense and Pau Torres. I think he can score another goal. If there is a player I can bet on to score a goal on Sunday, it's Rasmus Hojlund. All I want to see is that more chances should be given to this lad, because even in the game of West Ham, he got limited chances. So I want to see more chances given to Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund should be fed in left, right, and center to really get to where we want to see him thrive at. And Yuri Tielemans, he's really in a very good form and he plays ahead of Boba Kamara and Douglas Luiz, and we should really keep a keen eye onto him and see to it that he doesn't really out us. But I see a win. If Newcastle have gone ahead to that side and they've gone ahead to beat them, then Chelsea have just gone ahead to beat them. In the previous 3 games, they've gone ahead to play, they've gone ahead to lose 2. So we can go ahead and really beat them also at the Villa Park. I'm 100% sure with the squad that we are really having. Let's go to the head-to-head stats between Man United and Aston Villa before I come up with my prediction. Aston Villa won this exact fixture 3-1 last season, ending a 2-3 game, ending a 23 game winless run in the Premier League against Man United at Villa Park. They last won consecutive home league games against the Reds between 1966 and 1997, 5 in a row. Now, last season, we had played away in Spain on Thursday, and we had to come in and play at the Villa Park. And we were playing very many games. That's why I think we lost that beautiful game of football there. But this time round, it's them that are going to hate to play a game of football in the midweek. And they played against Chelsea, a team that stretched them because Chelsea put 3 goals past them. And they had to obviously try to really run from behind to come and really level up something that was not really possible. So I think it gives Man United an edge. That is it. Secondly, Man United have won 17 of their last 28 Premier League away games against Aston Villa. Only the Reds themselves, 19 against Everton, have beaten an opponent on the road more often in the competition. So we have a very good edge against them. Thirdly, since winning 15 home Premier League games in a row between March and December 2023, Aston Villa have won 1 of their last 3. 1 draw and 1 loss, only conceding 1 fewer goal in the last 3 games, 6 than they did across their entire 15 winning run. They had gone ahead to win, by the way, 15 games and 7 this season at home. So ever since they lost to Newcastle, there is a team they lost to at home, and they've gone ahead to not win any game at home. So they've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 1. So I think we are going to go there and really cement what we call another loss for them. Fourthly, over their last 5 Premier League matches, Man United have scored 13 goals, converting exactly 20% of their shots in that time, 65 attempts in their 5 games for ahead. They only scored 2 goals with a conversion of 3%, 73 attempts. That is a very huge enough for you, because in the previous Premier League games, we've gone ahead to score very many goals. Ever since this one started, we've scored 2 against Spurs, 4 against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and 3 against West Ham, putting our tally to 9 in 3 games. And that wasn't what we used to do. You know it very well. At the beginning of the season, because we could create chances and we couldn't score, and we could concede very many goals. So we are converting very many goals, an average of like 2 goals per game, putting us in a very good season of really performing well. Then lastly, Man United are unbeaten in their last 24 Premier League matches in February, 15 wins, 9 draws since losing 1-0 to Newcastle in 2018 under Jose Mourinho. So in February, we rarely get beaten. Now, let me go to my prediction. My prediction is simple: 3-2 in favor of Man United. Rasmus Hojlund, Garnacho, and Rashford on target. That's what is in my head. I see a win for the club of Man United, and I know lots of people are really gonna enjoy all. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokan David is my name. I call upon for your reactions in the comment section below on everything I've gonna hate to talk about. I can even talk until 30 minutes, but let it end here, 22 minutes. But I go with Onana in goal, Dalot right back, Luke Shaw left back, Harry Maguire and Varane central defense partnership, double pivot, Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro. Then after that, I'm going to be having Garnacho on the right attacking side of the midfield, then Rashford on the left attacking side of the midfield, Bruno Fernandes central attacking midfielder or the number 10, and the man himself, that is Rasmus Hojlund, leading the line. That's what I had for you. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye bye. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum.